Hi folks, would you like to add this amazing 4-level stacked interchange to your highway network in Transport Fever 2? Well, if so, you've come to the right place. In this video, I'm going to walk you through a step-by-step process on how to build a stacked interchange. Now, this type of highway construction in Transport Fever 2 is a little tricky, but I will show you some tips and tricks along the way to get the job done. So that's enough chit-chat. Let's get building. Smash that subscribe button below right now and click on the bell so you don't miss out on more great content. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Or just give it a thumbs up for yourself so that you'll always be able to come back and watch it again if you need to. So here's the general area here where I'm going to build my 4-level stacked interchange. I already have one over here, and we'll zoom in on that to see a finished product. And you can see here I have a stacked interchange with some landscaping around it. I'm not crazy about the landscaping, so I probably won't do that again. But this is what our finished product is going to look like, is a 4-level interchange that provides free-flowing ramps in all the directions. So we will have highways coming in from this way. I'm going to build one up this way, one down from the top and one up from the bottom. So our interchange is going to be right in here. So the first thing we need to do is to flatten and smooth out this landscape. So let's do that. Go to the landscaping tool and go to the flatten tool. And we'll put the brush size as big as we can get it and the strength as big as we can get it. And we'll just flatten this out. Flattening the terrain isn't necessary, but it'll make for a better product at the end. In terms of highway construction, the first thing we need to do is build the main barrels of the highway. And we'll do that using the parallelism mod. So we click on roads, go to parallelism, we want 2 roads, we want 3 lanes, no bridges at this point, no tracks, and I think a road to road center distance of 25 will probably do it. And a segment length of, well, let's go with the longest segment length to start. So we'll try to continue this highway to the right. So we hit M until we're parallel with the highway we've already built. And we'll get it as close as we can. And we'll keep building this highway. Then we'll fill in the sections in between without using the parallelism mod. So we click on roads, let's go to roads, it's a highway. Sorry, there's a highway. 3 lanes, straight. We don't need bus lanes, we don't need tram track. And we'll connect these. And you can see the problem that's developing. Because we use the parallelism tool, it builds highways with the lanes, even though the lanes are opposite to each other, it builds lanes with the flow of traffic in the same direction. So certainly in North America, we would have these set of lanes going this way and these set of lanes going that way. So that's something we're going to have to correct after using the parallelism tool. But for now, we're just using the parallelism tool to help us get the road look nice and parallel. So let's go back and fix this problem. But before we eliminate the sections that are going the wrong way, we're going to put little connection roads in between every now and again, just as guides to make sure that the roads we put back are also parallel. And I'm just going to use a straight highway ramp to help me make sure that the new road I put in place that will be in the correct direction is also parallel to the first one. And I'm just using these as a guide. So now we can get rid of these sections of highway that are actually going in the wrong direction. So let's bulldoze that now. Now using these connecting roads as a guide, we can put in our highway in the correct direction and make sure that it's parallel to the first one. We click on roads, go to highways. Again, no bus lane and no tram track. And we simply connect it. It's like we'll have to bulldoze that to get this to work. There we go. And let's fix this one. Once we have the main barrel of the road built, we can take out these little connections by just bulldozing them. Now I should mention that this is a free game, it is modded, and I'm playing with infinity money. The next thing to do is to build our crossing highway at 90 degrees to the first one. And again, we'll use the parallelism tool to do that. We're going to use the same settings as before. So the number of lanes is 3. We have no bridge included just yet. The number of roads is 2. Number of tracks is 0. The road-to-road center distance is, I think it was 25 is what we had before. And the segment length is 200. So we want to be perpendicular to the first set of highway lanes. And we're going to use the M and N keys on the PC to get that perpendicularity. So by pressing M or N, it'll spin it around until it becomes perpendicular. Then we'll line it up on the other side as best we can. And unfortunately, we have to do a little bit of eyeballing here to get this to work. So we have the same problem as before, and that is we have both lanes going in the same direction. We want this lane to go in that direction, considering the fact that this is a North American type build. And before we bulldoze this road, again, we're going to use just a little road connector to make sure the road we put back is parallel to the first one. And it's like a little guide. We'll connect that. And connect that. And similar here. And I think at least 2 connectors on each segment will help us keep the roads parallel. Now that we have the connectors in place, we can bulldoze this side of the highway. So we're going to have to get this side road out of there either by having a bridge over top or tunnel underneath. So let's have it tunnel underneath. So we'll just bulldoze that. Pick a country road. We don't need a bus lane or a tram track. There's a large country road with a speed of 100 kilometers per hour. There, now we have our side road out of the way. Let's go back to highway, large highway, 3-lane, one-way road with a top speed of 100 kilometers per hour. And we'll just connect that. Then we'll build the highway in the opposite direction and parallel to our first highway. And just take out that connection. And we'll continue it as parallel as best we can. And as we did with the first main barrel of road in the other direction, we can go back and we can take out these temporary connections by just bulldozing them. Like that. So we'll get rid of all these little temporary connections. The next problem to solve is now we have this highway and this highway actually intersecting together. And of course, we need either one to go under or one to go over. So let's take the highway that goes in this direction and let's make a bridge over top so that they don't intersect like this. So first of all, let's just get rid of that connection and that one. And we'll bulldoze that, that, and that. There we go. And I'll bulldoze just a little more. So I'm going to use the parallelism mod to build some nice parallel bridges. Again, it'll be the same problem as before, in that the direction of the roads will be in the same direction. Now that's a little long. Let's make the length of the road, or the length of this segment, shorter. That's a little too short. I think 100 ought to do it. And again, if I hit M or N, that'll rotate it. So do that a number of times until we are perpendicular. Now my road to road center distance is too far, so let's fix that. I think we were using 25 before. Yeah, that's about right, 25. And let's line this up as best we can. We want it right over top of those two roads. It's hard to do manually. It'll go up nice and high. We want it just over top of those two roads and as in line as possible with the main barrel of the road that we're going to line up with on either side. Let's try right there. Now we have to do the same thing as we did with these roads. Now we have the problem of two highway bridges where the traffic flows in the same direction. And we need this one to go in the opposite direction. So before we bulldoze the one bridge that's going in the wrong direction, let's put two connections in just temporarily so that when we replace it, it'll line up nice and parallel. Put one connection there and another one there. Two ought to do it. Now let's bulldoze that road. Now we should be able to put in a connection. There we go. Now the road's going in the right direction. And don't worry about that little don't enter sign. That's just because of this connection here. We are going to get rid of that. Now we need to connect the highway to the bridge. And same here. And again, same thing over here. And now that our first set of bridges are in place, we can get rid of these temporary connections by just bulldozing them. So now we have the main barrels of both our highways crossing each other. And we've got some nice bridges going over top. The next thing to do is what I'll call the right turn ramps, is to build right turn ramps in all four directions. So I'm going to use a highway ramp, a straight highway ramp, as a temporary measuring tool. And I can use it as a measuring tool to measure distance because I have the Track Street Builder Info mod. So I click on a highway ramp, I click on the highway, and I can go to the left. Let's go, and you'll notice that it measures the length. And there is, oh, there's 301. I'm trying to get 300 meters. There's 300 meters right there. That's pretty close, and we'll click on that. Now that I have that, I'm just going to build a ramp across. And again, it's just temporary to mark the location that that's 300 meters out. Then we'll do the same thing on the other three legs. And now I can bulldoze that temporary road that I used as a guide. And we'll go to this side, and we'll go out 300 meters. And there's 300 meters right there. That's pretty close. And we'll go across. then I can bulldoze this temporary road. And again, do the same on this leg over here. There's 300, and I'll just go across. And again, I'm just marking the distance where my ramp terminals will be, because I want the ramp terminals to be approximately the same distance along each of the main barrels of the road so that my interchange is as symmetrical as I can get it. And let's just bulldoze this temporary road. Don't need that anymore. So we've done that one, that one, that one, and I just have to do that one more time. So now I've marked where I want my ramp terminals to connect to the highway. So now I'll go to road, ramp. I'm going to use a straight ramp, no bus lane, no tram track. I'm just going to start the ramp terminals. And go at about 25 meters, I think. And similarly, try to make it about 25 meters and approximately the same angle. 27, I don't know if I'm going to get it exact. Here's 26, I think that's as close as I'm going to get it. And we'll do the same thing on the other 3 legs of our highway. Now our ramp terminals are in place on all 4 legs of our interchange. Next is to build the right turn ramps in their entirety. So all we do now is connect the terminals. And I'm going to opt to go with the straight highway ramp. I just connect those 2. Oop. Connect it like that. We do that 4 times. Now all our right turn ramps are in place. Now for the more complicated ones, the left turn ones, which are going to be the flyovers. So we need to mark a location on each of the ramps, and we want that location to be the same approximate distance where we're going to connect the flyover ramps to our existing right turn ramps. I'm just using this tool as a measuring stick, so to speak. I'm going to measure back a distance. Oh, let's make it 100 meters. Right there. So there's the location. So there's where my ramp will enter. I'll try to make it as tight as possible and about 25 meters in length. There's 24. Now I can get rid of my little measuring stick. And then do the same thing on all the other 4 ramps, is get that connection put in place. So now we know where our flyover ramps are going to connect. The next thing to do is to build our flyover ramps. And we want the ramps to cross just short of the center point. And then connect back in over here. You know, I might have to turn the angle of that just a little bit to make that work. Now that I look at it, we'll see. I might have to turn the angle just a little bit. We got back to road, ramp. This time we're going to pick a curved road. And we're aiming to cross just short of that center point. And we'll elevate it. We just want to get over top enough of these bridges. That's way too high. And that's too low. Gotta go at least that high. Then we want to cross over. But I think I'll use a straight section to cross over. And we'll bring that down. And that didn't work. That's going to have to be a little higher. Let's make that section just a little bit higher so it clears it just that much more. I'm trying to only make it as high as I need to because don't forget there'll be other ramps flying over top of that. It's going to end up being a 4-level stacked interchange. So you want to keep the levels only as high as they need to be. I went up 7 units in that case. I'm going to have to remember that for the next ramp. Go across. And it's still dipping in. So let's make this ramp go up even higher. I was just trying to avoid making it too high. Okay, I'm hoping that does it. I hit the up button 8 times. I want to remember that because when I do the other ramp, I want it to be at the same elevation as this one. Let's see if I can use a straight section to go over top. I can. Let's curve it in just a tiny bit. Oh no, you want to make it straight. Without any pillar collisions. I think we've done that. But we do want to lower that. Got a bit of a sag in the road. I'm not super crazy about that, but I've kept the road as low as I can. And then to finish off the ramp, we connect it to here with a curved section. Then we repeat that process for this ramp. Let's build a little short piece to see if that helps us. And then we'll go straight across. And then we connect this ramp. There's a little speed wobble in there. Let's see if we can fix that. I can only build the ramp in the direction of traffic. I'm hoping that's high enough. That's about as high as that ramp. Well, it's about the same height. Maybe down a little bit. That's better. Then we repeat that process for the other flyover ramps. That one's going to be up nice and high because we got to get over 2 sets of bridges. Then we use a straight section. Okay, this one's getting a little fussy. I think I'm going to have to lower that side just a tiny bit. Okay, that looks good. Nice and straight. That's way too high. Let's just bulldoze that and put a straight section in. Yeah, just a little bit longer. Guess that pillar right there is always going to be right at the edge. Now it's starting to dip down, which is good. It'll make it easier to connect to that ramp. And then we make the connection. That ramp got a bit of a kink in it. I'm going to see if I can get that kink out. That was a bad idea. I should have left things alone. I tried to fix up these 2 ramps so they were a little bit straighter. I mean, they look good. They look good this way, but certainly from an elevation perspective, they're not exactly on. I don't think I'm going to get them any better. I could try fiddling with this ramp. It might make it a little more symmetrical. And let's get this ramp to fly over these other ones. It's going to have to go up really high. And try to come down as much as we can. Right about there. And then see if we can get that to connect there. That's awfully high up. Too high. I need that elevation lower. Again, just use a straight piece. Not it. I'm going to connect to that ramp. There we go. And it's going down, which I needed to do. And that should be enough. Now if I go to connect it, it makes it. And we have one more ramp left to do. And then we connect our last ramp. So there's our finished product. A 4-level stacked freeway to freeway interchange. The next thing to do is to get some traffic moving on this interchange. To do that, I will connect all the highways to either other highways or other roads. Next, we'll let the game play for a bit, and then we'll come back and see how our stacked interchange is doing. So there's our 4-level stacked freeway to freeway interchange now in action. For purposes of this demonstration, I just made some quick highway and road connections to get some traffic moving on this interchange. So the traffic at this point is very light. The big benefit of this 4-level stacked interchange is that it can handle high traffic volumes because of the free-flowing directional ramps. So if you have two highways intersecting and lots of vehicles, this is the type of interchange to use. If you have any questions, please note them below and I will answer them to the best of my ability. If you have any Transport Fever 2 topics you would like to see a video on, please note that in the comments below too, because I'm always looking for video ideas. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. If you haven't done so already, smash that subscribe button below right now and click on the bell so you don't miss out on more great content. Click on that box in the bottom left-hand corner right now to see a video you're almost guaranteed to love. This video was selected just for you by YouTube, and they know what you like. So what are you waiting for? Click on that box now, sit back, relax, and enjoy another video.